Guys, listen up. We need to talk about something that's about to completely reshape how you build your business online. And I'm not being dramatic here. This is real, it's happening now, and most people are completely asleep at the wheel. AI, it's about to fundamentally change social media forever. And here's the thing, a lot of people, they're freaking out right now. They're like, oh no, AI is going to replace all the creators. Social media is dead. It's going to flood the feeds. Nobody's going to trust anything anymore. And you know what? They're partially right. But here's the thing that they're missing, and this is the part that should get you really fired up. We are sitting in the most valuable window of opportunity that will ever exist for building your personal brand online, for building your business online. We are in the golden age of social media right now. And if you act now, if you implement what I'm about to share with you in this video, you will position yourself to absolutely dominate in the AI era while everyone else is left scrambling. I'm Carla Treadway. I've built multiple six-figure businesses on the back of organic content and personal branding. I'm all about freedom. I don't want you to work 24/7 pumping out content that doesn't get views. I want your business to actually grow. I've worked with multiple businesses. I've helped them do the exact same thing. We've accumulated hundreds of thousands of followers, and I low-key nerd out about content strategy all the time. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what's happening with AI and social media, why most people are going to get left behind, and the 5 specific strategies that you need to implement right now to future-proof your brand and your business. Let's go. First things first, we need to understand what's actually happening, because most people are either completely ignoring this or they're panicking without understanding the real implications. Here's the reality. So AI-generated content is about to flood social media platforms at a scale that we've never seen before. You guys, you're probably already seeing it. Right now, you're probably seeing 1 to 2% of AI generated content in your feed. And some of it is obvious. You can spot it. The polar bears jumping on a trampoline. It's obviously fake, or their hands look weird. But some of it, you have no idea. And it's already indistinguishable from human created content. And here's where it gets super wild. That percentage is going to skyrocket. We're talking 20, 30, maybe even 50% of the content you will see will be AI generated within the next few years. Now, why does this matter for you as a business owner? Well, because once people become aware that AI content is everywhere, and trust me, they will, human psychology is going to fundamentally shift. The default trust rate is going to plummet. I've already made a video on this about the fact that we are in a trust recession. Sales pages don't convert, ads don't convert as well. That's already happening, and that was before AI. So think about this. Right now, you can stumble across someone that you've never heard of. You can watch one video and boom, you follow them, you trust them, maybe even buy from them. And it's never been easier to turn a cold stranger into a paying client. But in a world where everyone is actively worried about AI content, whether they're scared of getting scammed by a fake AI influencer, where they can't tell what's real anymore, people are going to become massively skeptical of everything that they see. So you might watch a video, but you're not going to click. You're probably not going to engage. You're definitely not going to buy because you don't even know if it's a real human being. And this is the massive threat to creators and business owners that nobody's talking about. If you can't get viewers and customers to trust you, they will never buy your products, period. Your business, your brand, it's built on trust. No trust, no business, no sales. Cold emails, cold content, cold calls, all of it becomes way less effective when every human is skeptical of everything. So what does this mean? It means that if somebody already trusted you before the skeptical AI era hits, that trust is going to carry over. And they're going to keep trusting you. In fact, they're probably going to be grateful that they can even remember or think of these brands and businesses that they trust because they're not going to know who to trust. This is the light bulb moment, guys. Having a cult-like personal brand that you built before AI takes over is going to pay off massively. You're going to get dividends that nobody even realizes right now. Your trust with viewers and customers, It's going to be grandfathered in. And yes, it's going to be hard to grow from scratch during the AI era, but if people already trust you, they're going to think of you even more because they can't trust anything else. You become the safe harbor in the storm. So if there's one thing that I want to scream from the rooftops to every single business owner, every coach, every service provider listening to this, it's this. It's time to go hard on your content. You need to hammer content during this golden era and compound trust as fast as humanly possible. If you actually care about having a business, about living free, about being your own boss, all of it, because the window, it's closing. Now, here's the hard truth that most people, they don't want to hear. Most people are going to completely miss this opportunity. And I can already tell you why. First, they're going to wait. They're going to say, I'll start creating content next month. I'll build my personal brand next quarter. I'm too busy right now. Content's not that important. And by the time that they wake up, the trust deficit will already be here. And they'll be trying to build a brand in hard mode while you're already winning. Second, they're going to create the wrong kind of content. They're going to post random stuff, inconsistent messaging, no strategy. They're going to treat social media like a hobby instead of the most important marketing channel that they have. And third, this is the big one, they're not going to focus on building real trust. They're going to chase vanity metrics. They're going to pursue likes and followers instead of actual depth of connection with their audience. But you're not going to make those mistakes because you're here watching this video. You're here, you're paying attention, you're about to learn the 5 specific strategies that will separate you from everybody else. Look, what I'm about to share, these are not just random tips. This is not just be consistent. This is a systematic approach to building brand authority and trust that will future-proof your business. So pay attention. Let's get into it. All right, strategy number 1, you got to maximize your content minutes. Here's what you need to understand. Trust is built through amount of time that your customers spend with you. The more minutes someone spends consuming your content, the more that they trust you. It's that simple. The formula for building trust is trust equals minutes times relevance times usefulness. Everybody else just making really short B-roll videos with like a 1-sentence liner and it's a 5-second video. It's not going to help you. We're going to break down all 3 of these, but let's start with minutes. There are 3 ways to increase the number of minutes that someone spends with your content. So number 1, we can increase volume. You can make more videos. You could post more consistently. If you're posting once a week, go 3 times a week. If you're posting 3 times a week, go daily. If you're already going daily, go 3 times a day. Now, I know what you're thinking, Carla, I don't have time for that. Well, that's a thought that people have who don't really understand the magic of messaging, the importance of content as your number 1 marketing strategy. Listen, you don't have time not to do this. This is the most important thing you could be doing for your business right now. This is the thing that generates my business and my clients' business hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue every single year. And here's the thing, you don't have to do it all yourself. You can batch content, you can hire editors, you can systematize this, you can use AI to help you. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit here. Number 2, you could increase the length. So if you're only making 5, 10, 30-second videos, make 60-second videos, 90-second, 3-minute videos. If you're only doing short form, add long form. If you're doing shorts and long form, add podcasts or live stream. Like, look at what Alex Hormozy is doing right now. He's posting tons of shorts and doing 2-hour live streams like every other day. Why? Because he understands how trust accrual actually works. And this is a man that's making hundreds of millions of dollars. He seems to think that social media content is still important. You should too. The more on-target minutes consumed, the deeper the trust. Number 3, you want to increase bingeability. This is about making content so unique, so memorable, so valuable that when someone watches one video, they immediately want to watch 10. This might come from having a distinct visual style, some super unique ideas, your amazing storytelling abilities, your personality, or a unique perspective that nobody else has. Think of your differentiating factor. Think of your brand story. Think of your value system. When you lean into the thing that makes you different, you start to stand out. And when you nail this, you create a chain reaction. One video leads to a binge session and boom, you've just compressed months of trust building into one sitting. So here's what I want you to do. Look at your current content output. Are you truly maximizing minutes right now? And if you're only posting once a week, can you commit to at least 3 times a week for the next 30 days? It's going to make a huge difference. But again, don't be random, be super focused. If you're only doing short form, add one long form video per week, a YouTube video, a podcast, maybe just an Instagram live. If your content, if it's not bingeable, ask yourself, what would make someone want to watch more? What unique angle or style can I bring that nobody else has? More minutes equals more trust, period. The second strategy is you have to maximize relevance. So here's the deal. You can make 100 videos, but if they're not relevant to your ideal client, then you're totally wasting your time. Relevance is about making sure that every single piece of content you create falls within your ideal avatar's desire zone. Think of it like this. If there were 100 of your dream clients in a room, what percentage of them would find each video relevant? And this is where we get caught up in the vanity metrics. Who cares how many followers you have? Who cares how many people like your posts if it has nothing to do with the work that you're doing in this world, you know? Your goal really is to get like 100 out of 100, a relevant score of 0. And here's where most people screw this up. They try to be everything to everyone. They post about their morning routine, then their business strategy, then their political opinions, then a random meme. And their audience is like, wait, what am I following you for again? What do you do for work again? You need rigid guardrails on your content. Every single video should be laser focused on solving a specific problem or addressing a specific desire that your ideal client has. And if it doesn't fit within those guardrails, those boundaries, don't make it. I don't care how fun or creative it is, if it's a trend that's going around. If it's not relevant, it's not building trust. Now, here's how you actually do this. First, you're going to have to get crystal clear on who exactly this person is. Who is your ideal client? What keeps them up at night? What are they struggling with? What do they desperately want? What are they thinking about before they go to bed? Second, you got to create a list of 3 to 4 core topics that directly address those pain points and desires. These are going to become your content pillars. Third, only make content that falls within those pillars. That's it. No exceptions. When you do this, your relevance score goes through the roof and your trust score multiplies. And here's the beautiful thing. When you're hyper relevant, you don't need millions of followers. You just need the right followers, the ones that will actually buy from you. I'd rather have 10,000 highly relevant, engaged followers than 100,000 random people who don't actually care about what I'm selling. Quality over quantity, relevance over reach. All right, strategy number 3, maximize your usefulness. This is the mega variable in the trust equation. This is the one that will drive trust faster than anything else. Usefulness means that what you share in your content is both new and easy to implement. Let me say that again. New and easy to implement. If you share something, but your viewer can't figure out exactly how you did it or how they're going to do it, they're not really going to trust you more. But if you share something and it's helpful, they can implement it, you've hit the jackpot. You don't want to just regurgitate advice that they've heard 1,000 times before. They're not going to trust you. If, you're just on repeat, the advice is vague, there's nothing that they can actually take action on. But if you share something new that they haven't heard before, that they can tactically implement to get a result, you're going to get massive trust just from one video. This is where most content creators fail. They're just recycling the same generic advice over and over, or they're just chasing trends and using B-roll, just making some easy content. They're like, oh great, I'm posting consistently. I'm being #authentic, but it's just silly content. It's not relevant. You know, you need to go deeper. You need to share frameworks, systems, specific tactics that people can actually use. You got to share your process, your story, your unique methodology, things that other people can't replicate. And yes, you can actually put it all out there. And yes, they will still buy from you even if you're giving it away for free. Example, instead of saying like, you need to build trust with your audience, I'm literally breaking down the exact formula. Trust equals minutes times relevance times usefulness. That's new, that's useful, and that's something that you can implement. Instead of saying, just be consistent, create good content, I'm telling you to study small and medium-sized creators in your niche, find your differentiating factor, model your content after those, study their top 25 high-performing reels. That's tactical, and that's something that you can actually implement. So here's what you need to do. You got to stop making surface level content just because it's easy and you see other people doing it and it gets attention. Stop sharing generic advice that everybody already knows. Start sharing your proprietary frameworks, your unique systems, your specific processes, your method, and honestly, give away the farm. I'm serious. The more value that you give away for free, the more people will trust you and the more that they'll want to work with you. People, they don't buy information anymore. They buy implementation, accountability, and access to you. So give away the information, make it as useful as humanly possible, and watch your trust score skyrocket. Strategy number 4, you got to build your off-platform assets. Okay, so you're starting to build trust through your content. You're maximizing minutes, relevance, usefulness. That's all good. We have to do that. But here's the problem. If all that trust is just trapped inside of an algorithm, you're at the mercy of that particular platform. You know, Instagram could change the algorithm tomorrow and completely tank your reach. TikTok could get banned. YouTube could decide that they just don't like your content and they're going to bury you. You need to own the relationship with your audience. This means ramping people off of social media platforms and onto assets that you control. This isn't new information. If you've been a business owner for a while, you know this, but have you done this? You know, your email list, a free community, paid memberships, private group chats. These are places where there's no middleman, no algorithm. If you send an email to 10,000 people, your delivery rate is like 99.8%. Compare that to social media, where only 2 to 3% of your followers are even going to see your posts. And in the AI world, when supply is ratcheted up, that number is going to go down even further. So how do you actually do this? A lead magnet, but something that someone actually wants, not just a PDF that you whip together in Canva because you could. Yes, you want a free resource or a low ticket resource, a guide, a checklist, a mini course, a template, but it's got to solve one specific pain point for your ideal client that they actually care about solving. You know, a lot of people just whip these things up together so quick and it's not actually that valuable. You want it to be valuable, so you actually feel excited to promote it in your content. And it's got to be something that people actually want to give you their email for, because people are bombarded in their email boxes lately. The free stuff should be as good as the paid stuff. You want to make it so good that people are flooding your requests to actually get on your email list. You don't need a bunch of these. You just need one really good one. And here's where that gets really powerful. Once you have someone's email, you can nurture them. You can send them more value. You can build even deeper trust. And when you're ready to sell, you have a warm audience that already knows, likes, and trusts you. And when the AI slop comes, it's okay because you got people elsewhere. This is how you build a real business, not just a social media following, but an actual asset that you own. So if you don't have a lead magnet yet, that needs to be your next project. You got to create something valuable, promote it in your content, and start building your email list today. This is non-negotiable if you want to future-proof your business. All right, strategy number 5, double down on your unique voice. This is the one that's going to separate you from the AI-generated slop that's about to flood the internet. AI, it can replace a lot of things. It can write scripts, it can edit videos, it can even mimic styles. But you know what it can't replace? Your lived experience, your unique perspective, your personality, your story, your relationship with your audience. Me, I'm unapologetically me in my content. I talk about freedom, sovereignty, living off grid, building businesses that set you free. I'm not afraid to be polarizing, not afraid to drop a little satire. I'm not afraid to speak my mind, show up with messy hair. Definitely not picture perfect content, but it's content that relates to my ideal client. And you know what? That's what people connect with. That's what has built real trust in my brand and the reason why I have hundreds of thousands of followers. They know I'm a real person with real opinions and a real life. It's not picture perfect content. It's real content. So my question for you is, are you showing up as your full self in your content and in your brand? Or are you playing it safe, trying to be palatable to everyone, hiding your personality because you're afraid of what people might think? Whether you're nerdy, dry, sexy, funny, witty, whatever it is, intense, be more of that. If you're just trying to blend in and be perfect, you're making yourself replaceable because you're going to be forgettable. And in the AI era, forgettable is dead. Your business is done. You need to lean into what makes you different. Your quirks, your opinions, your story, your value system, your behind the scenes. You have to talk about things that actually matter to you. Share your worldview. Be polarizing if that's who you are. Be nerdy, be funny, whatever that is. Just make sure you tie it all to the big work that you do. The right people, they're going to love you for it. The wrong people, they're going to leave. And that's exactly what you want, because a small, passionate, loyal audience that trusts you deeply is worth infinitely more than a massive, lukewarm audience that doesn't really care. So double down on your voice, be unapologetically you, That's your unfair advantage. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. AI will fundamentally change social media. That's not a maybe, that's a guarantee. Does it happen in a year, 3 years, 5 years? I have no idea, but it's going to happen. But the thing is, you actually have a choice right now. You can sit on the sidelines, wait and see what happens, and then try and figure this all out when it's way too late. Or you can act now. You can implement these 5 strategies. You can build unshakable brand authority and trust during this golden era. And it's never been easier to make content. You can use the AI tools to help you right now. And now you know exactly what to do. You're going to maximize your content minutes. You're going to maximize your relevance. You're going to maximize your usefulness. And you're going to build your off-platform assets, all while doubling down on just who you are as a human being. If you do these things, you will be positioned to absolutely dominate while everybody else is scrambling, posting trending reels, a little B-roll, but it's fluff. The window is open right now, but it's not going to be open forever. So what are you going to do? Are you going to take action, or are you going to let this massive opportunity pass you by and go get a 9 to 5 working for someone else? I hope you choose action, because the world needs more freedom-minded entrepreneurs who are building businesses that align with their gifts, who are living life on their own terms, who aren't just working their ass off all day long for somebody else. Look, if you found this valuable, do me a favor, share it with another business owner who needs to hear this. Let's help each other win. And if you want more content like this, please hit that subscribe button. I'm here to help you build a business that actually sets you free, that actually grows and scales, even with all this craziness with AI. So go out there, create something amazing. Let's go. It's the golden era.